Simple example, Sheikh Abdurrahim Green, who's the founder of the organization, like I said, in the last 1 year, we had 50,000 shahadas. The man who gave him dawah, he doesn't even know, Sheikh Abdurrahim Green, what he's doing globally, right? So this man was a simple Muslim, alhamdulillah, practicing, praying, and he had a small discussion with the Sheikh Abdurrahim Green to ask him what is the purpose of life, which led him to question some things, which led him to becoming a Muslim. What I'm saying is that this man who gave him dawah has no clue, and he's not doing any of this work, but he's getting the hasanat of all of the work that's happening globally. So the power of the dawah is so huge that you may say something very simple to someone that may have an impact on that person, and then you may never find out that that person had such a huge impact on the world. So this is really important for us to remember that in Islam, that always say good words, because we don't know what those good words would lead to. So like I said to the brothers, this is not a full course we're going to go through. We're just going to touch upon one aspect, just because of the limitation of the time, which is a simple yet effective roadmap how to speak to people about Islam. So one of the things I wanted to discuss, one thing we have to kind of remember, our responsibility is not to convert people. Our responsibility is not to convert people. Our responsibility is to convey. A really good sheikh in the US said something really powerful, and I took it from him. He said, we're like mailmen. We come and we deliver the mail. If you get that letter and you take it up and you throw it away, it's up to you. Our job was to deliver the mail. On the day of Qiyamah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask us, did he do our job? So what happens, why that makes it easy for you guys to understand, is because what you want to realize that your job is not to convince people. If you keep that in the back of your mind, that I'm not here to convince this guy about Islam, then you know that, because hidayah comes from Allah. It doesn't come from us. And it's all over the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, all over the Quran. As Nuh alayhi salam with his son, Ibrahim alayhi salam with his father, and many understanding that hidayah doesn't come from us. Our job is to deliver the message. However, I stopped on this one for a minute. So what I want you guys to understand, that our job is not that because of me this guy is becoming Muslim. This is not what it's about. What we're trying to say, that everyone, intrinsically, they already are a Muslim. What do we mean by Muslim? Not like, okay, they say Shadu an la ilaha illallah and they walk around as Muslim. Mean their innate disposition, their fitrah already believes there's a creator. How this will help you is because whenever you engage, whether it's your family, your friends, your neighbors, your cousins, whoever, when you're engaging with them, your job is not to convince them that there's a God. Your job is not to convince them of these things. You need to just present them. They already believe this, especially when we're engaging with non-Muslims. What happens is, we get in this mindset that we have to prove to them there's a God. We always think that to non-Muslims, that, or someone who's an atheist, we have to prove to them there's a God. This is not true. The default position is to believe in a creator. This is the default position. That's why the word is used for atheists. What's the word used? Does anybody know? Mulhideen. What is mulhideen? It comes from the root word lahad. Lahad basically means, you know, when we bury someone, you dig the grave, and then there's a side to the grave, which is what? They're going from the main to, they're deviating. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that He has created everyone on the fitrah, on the truth, to believe in a creator. So we have a hadith from the Prophet ﷺ said that every child is born on the state of fitrah, then his parents make him into a Jew, Christian, or Magan. What that means is that instinctively, when you go speak to them, they were born on believing there's one God. There has to be a higher power. Then their families make them into a Jew, Christian, and Magan. So it means their fitrah gets uncorrupted. So your job is basically to plant the seed to uncorrupt their fitrah. Mean to uncorrupt. So basically they get back on the, which is what? To ask them questions like, where do we come from, why are we here, what is the purpose of life. And if they already believe in a God, to have these discussions, how do we know that the creators, is one, and so on and so forth, which we'll discuss in a minute. But just want you to know that, because we get in this mindset of, oh, I have to prove to him, he doesn't believe in God, I have to prove to him there's a God. No, that's not your job. Your job is to just tell him there's a creator, and he's one, and he deserves to be worshipped. Your job is not to convince him. Just keep that in your mind, because, like I give you some example, just to know. There was a sister, she wanted to do good. And she was, non-Muslim, and she didn't know what good was. So when she started looking into what good is, it led her to Islam. There was a person who was a Christian who lived around the Muslims in Egypt, and she was on a plane, and the plane was falling. Obviously didn't die, but as it was falling, she knew that Islam was the truth, and it just came out. And she accepted Islam on her own. So what I'm saying is the fitrah already has the truth in it. All we're doing is uncovering that truth, okay? So now when we go out there, I want you to know, because I've done this with my own neighborhood. I went out, because what are we doing is, why we're learning this is, because we're going to be going out to people's home, which is their private space. And usually, the people that go are usually the people that we can just, even though we don't believe in what they have, but we can learn from even our people that are against Islam. Usually you see Jehovah's Witness that come to your house. How many of you seen Jehovah's Witness come to your house? Put your hands up. Okay, so Jehovah's Witness comes to your house. What is the things that you notice? One, they look good. Number two, they're always in pairs. You will never find a Jehovah's Witness that will come as one person. There will always be two or more. So what does that mean? Logically, why does that help, or why is it important to go in pairs? Is because when there's two people there, first of all, if, may Allah protect us all, everything goes positive, if there's a negative interaction, there's always a witness. So there's always good to do that. Obviously, we missed all the characters. You have to have the best character, right? Is smiling. One of the things the complaint the non-Muslims have about Muslims is we don't smile. They say, you guys are always depressed. Like, why are you guys always sad? So we need to learn how to smile. We need to force ourselves to smile. And that smile should be genuine. Why? Because we're on the haqq, we're on the truth. So have those good characters, those good ikhlaq. Number one, be sincere. But who do you want to be sincere to? First, be sincere to yourself. Because one of the downfalls of the dawah is, if you do this dawah for anyone other than Allah, this could actually be hujjah against you. So you purify your intention that this I'm doing purely for you, Allah. It's not for me. It's not my personal gain. It's not my, yes, there's rewards of it for sure. But our intention is for Allah, that Allah may be pleased with us. So clarify your intention. Be sincere. Sincere to yourself first before you're sincere to others. So, however, when we go, and inshallah, some of us may have conversations, some of us, so you put yourself somewhat of a goal for yourself. Today, I'm going to hand out 15 flyers. And that's a goal that you've put in your mind. Or today, I would like to have one conversation. Today, what I'm saying is, even if you do nothing, even if you go and no one speaks to you, not a single person takes a leaflet from you, not a single person opens the door, but you still made effort, Allah will still give you the reward for it. It's the effort that matters. It's not the outcome. It's not like, okay, how many people did I give this to? Yes, when I'm giving numbers in there, it's because I come from an organizational perspective. So because the ummah supports the dawah, we have to tell them why we do this. But we're not in the business of counting shahadas. We're not in the business of how many flyers we give out. Yes, we give out, we gave 500,000 flyers in the last 1 year. But we do that so we can tell the people, this is what your money is doing. But for you guys, you're not in the business to count how many doors I went to. But somehow, if you have somewhat of a number in your head that, look, I spoke to 10 people today. So you have like a goal to reach. So this is my humble advice, to have that for yourself. However, what tends to happen, what we're preparing you is for, let's say if there was a conversation to take place. This is what we're preparing you. We're not preparing you necessarily for all the other things. All the other things, mashallah, you already know as in Islam. But let's say if you did have a conversation, how are you going to engage? And why those conversations go in the wrong way. So, let's do a bit of a small role play. Can I get you to come up, brother? So we're just going to do a quick role play. We're going to pretend like, so let's say the two of you, if you can come up. This is my house, okay? And you guys are coming to my door, okay? And you have a leaflet. I don't know. Maybe I have leaflets in the car, but this is a leaflet that you're handing out. So you ring the bell. Okay. Yes, hi, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you, sir?
Good. How can I help you?
We just wanted to have a small conversation with you today, if you had the time.
Okay.
Very nice.
What is this about?
It's about Islam.
Okay.
And I just wanted to engage in an intellectual...
I'm not interested. We're not religious.
Okay, fine. Just in case, if you wanted to just go over this, it would be nice, you know?
Okay, thank you very much. Or say I'm not interested at all. So I'm just saying is you're going to get this. One of the things you need to be ready is for rejection. How many of you are businessmen here? Put your hands up. Okay. In your business, how many times you get failures of you make the deal, but no one actually buys it? Many. If you can do that, if you're okay with rejection, you're going to be okay. If you're not okay with rejection, then I suggest you don't go out. Because out of 100, maybe you get 40, 50, maybe even more than that would either close the door on you, maybe they won't open the door at all, or maybe I've had one incident, not out of 100, I had one incident that someone was even rude to me. So you're going to get a mixed batch. This society is not very religious in the first place. They feel that religion is a very bad thing. That's what's been indoctrinated them from their ancestors. So when you come with religion, Islam, God, they will have this negative effect. They will come up, oh my God, ISIS, Muslims, KKK, and all these things subconsciously hits them. So you just have to be aware of these, how you interact. Okay, so let's say now, so this is one way that somebody came and it didn't work. Let's do another one where someone is actually having a healthy conversation. Let's do it again. How you doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
Good. What's your name?
My name is Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, how you doing? My name is Jack.
Nice to meet you.
What are you guys doing?
We're actually just going around. We want to talk to people about Islam.
Okay.
And we want to engage in a healthy discussion about Islam.
Okay.
We're actually open to back and forth arguments as well. And
you want to argue?
Yeah, I mean, we don't mind. It's fine.
Okay.
As long as it's done a proper good
Okay,
work.
well, you know, I don't like arguing, right? Because
So we can just discuss and debate.
okay. So what is it that you want to discuss?
Okay, so we want to discuss the fundamentals of Islam. Essentially, we want to just talk about God.
Okay.
Do you believe in God, sir?
Yeah, I think there is some higher power, yes.
Okay. Do you think that higher power is perfect in all ways?
Yeah, I think it has some kind of perfect knowledge. Yeah, I think there's...
So since it has the perfect knowledge, and it is perfect,
okay.
because it's a higher power, it has to be perfect,
okay.
Don't you think it has to have the right to be worshipped as well?
I don't know. I mean, why would this being care about my worship? Like, you know what I'm saying? If there's this...
It's sometimes when you see something is just above everything and all powerful,
yeah.
They don't need anything from you.
Okay.
But because of essentially how they are and their qualities,
okay.
They deserve certain things.
Okay.
Or they're just essentially worthy of something, you know?
Okay.
And we Muslims, we believe because God is all powerful, all knowing, and perfect in all ways.
Good.
He essentially deserves to be worshipped.
Perfect.
Right?
Good.
Yeah.
So, see, this is it. So what he did here, just to kind of give you some abbreviation, to kind of give you an understanding, he linked it straight to God. He didn't delve into, well, what if I would start talking about, well, look about Afghanistan, what's happening. Oh, look at the Muslims. When I go to MNN, they block all the streets. We can't move around. You know, they don't get into, because that's what they will do. They'll take you into these side branch discussions. So I always say to people, imagine that there are a tree, and in the tree, there's each leaf is one shubuhat, or one doubt, or one branch discussion. So what they will do is, this tree, they'll keep discussing these trees. So let's say if you, like I had one brother, who tried to explain to someone about Islam through wudu. Isn't wudu great? Look, we do wudu, we go water all the way to our elbow, you know? Tell me who else does that washes their hand all the way to here? He goes, I don't know. Who does? He goes, doctors. You ever seen the doctors? They wash just like that. Muslims were very clean and so on. This discussion took for 45 minutes of wudu. Afterwards, this person still didn't not nor became Muslim, nor the main essence of calling him to God was given. So our job is to go straight to calling him to God. There's a creator, and this is what this brother did. So we want to do, because all of you are going to be engaging, I don't want to just keep one person. Let's do some more role plays quickly. Jazakallah khair, bro. If you can stay.
That's fine.
So let's just take someone else. But I want this gentleman to speak as well. Okay? So come on up. The two of you are coming to the door. How you doing? Good. Good, sir. How you doing? How can I help you?
We're here to tell you about God.
Okay. Okay.
And then do you believe in God?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was brought up in non-religious family, so we don't really believe in something.
We are here to convey the message. We are here to inform you about the God.
Okay.
There is a creator who created us,
Okay.
created the whole universe.
Okay.
And we are giving you a message that the God is there and we should...
But how do you know there's a God there?
all the signs, everything is
Okay.
that the God is there. That this thing cannot be made by itself.
Okay. Good.
There is a creator.
Okay.
And that creator,
But why are we here?
we are here to tell people,
No, why all of us as human beings? Why are we here?
we are here to
Why did God create us?
worship the creator.
Beautiful.
The creator has brought us here.
Beautiful.
The purpose is to worship.
Beautiful. You see that? He went straight to God. He straight went to worship. He talked about God. He's one. And this is what you want to do. You don't want to get into, oh, you know, I went to the masjid or I went to the mall and there was a guy with a beard. He was so rude to me. What is this? So what happens if I say that to you? You know, I met a Muslim in the mall here in Eglinton and, you know, what is Winston Churchill. And he was very rude. How could Islam do this?
There are always certain people have certain behaviors.
Okay.
That does not generalize the whole thing.
Okay.
One person does not depict the whole people. So
Perfect.
one person can be having a bad day that day.
Sure.
That situation might have created something.
Perfect.
That is not something general.
Beautiful. So just to kind of give you what to say, you said it perfectly. So to make it easier, Islam is perfect, Muslims are not. Just if they come with, oh, look at what's happening in ISIS, look at what's happening in Palestine and all these places. Muslims are human beings and Allah and His message is perfect. Just so you have an answer, okay? Jazakallah khair. If you say one by one, just so I know that where you guys at, stay with me. If I'll just take, actually you've done a whole bunch of classes, so let's see how you're going to engage, inshallah. Okay, so how you doing? How are you? Yeah, so my name is Cynthia. You guys are here. How can I help you?
We're here to talk to you a little bit about the masjid that's in the area.
Okay.
And we just want to share about, ask you some questions about the creator and how we believe that there's only one creator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that necessary for me? Like, why do I need to know this information?
I think it's necessary because it helps us figure out what to do in our life and how to live a life with purpose, a life connected to values.
Okay. I have a purpose.
Yeah.
I go to work. I make money. I'm just being rude now, okay? Just, you know, I have a job. I have a good family. I don't need a purpose. Why would I need something somewhere? Why would I need a purpose?
I think at some point we all cross a threshold where we start feeling unfulfilled with these basic things. Sometimes they just kind of drive us into the ground.
Okay.
The work, the kids, the husband, all of that.
Okay.
And I think our connection to the Creator is what sustains us and allows us to.
But I go to work and I make my own money. I don't need God to sustain me.
This is fair. So you're thinking that there is only one type of sustenance, which is the food, but there is a spiritual sustenance that is beyond
Okay.
what you consume.
Yeah, I mean, I do yoga. It fulfills me. It gives me the spiritual sustenance I need.
I can't argue with that. Well,
I'm just being honest, okay?
I feel you.
So what you can come back with, that means when you're doing yoga, who are you really worshiping? Are you worshiping yourself?
Right.
Because that's really when you're doing yoga, you're meditating. Well, who are you meditating to?
Right.
If you're meditating just to make yourself feel good, that's what you're doing, is you're making yourself feel good, okay? Just so you have an answer. Just so I give you some answers as well when they come with. Okay, so that's good? Okay, we'll go with the brother here. Just stay with him because then you're like together. Hi, how you doing? Wa alaikum salam. I'm Abdullah, but you know what? I don't go to the masjid. I don't pray. I think this religion stuff, we left it back in Pakistan, and I don't know why you guys now in Canada and doing the same stuff. We don't need this stuff.
So that's good that I started with the salam.
Yes.
At least you'll know
What
the
does-
context and you know where we're coming from. So we're Muslim, and here we're trying to convey the words, and the whole idea here, it's about worshiping God. So that's the only thing that we're trying to tell.
Yeah, but you got to understand, look at what's happening in Iran right now, The women, there was this religious police beat up this woman and they took her hijab and, they beat her to death. Like, this is what religion does. That's why we left there. We came to Canada now. This is a better country.
You're totally right.
Yes.
And that's not actually, has nothing to do with Islam and has nothing to do with God.
Okay.
God is perfect.
Okay.
God created everything perfectly.
Okay.
And Islam is perfect because it's the religion of God.
But look at what the people are doing.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying that the people are perfect.
Okay.
I'm saying Islam is perfect.
Okay.
And you will be perfect if you follow the right Islam. And we will be all perfect if
I already believe I'm perfect. I go to the gym. I have a six-pack, which I don't, but
So whatever you do have, it comes from the provider. It comes from the God. And the only thing that I'm
Okay.
trying to ask you here is to worship and thank that being who created you to worship and thank him.
yeah, I mean, that I understand that. I want to thank him, but the problem is I have a 16-year-old daughter who has cancer. So how could he do this?
So he's doing this. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So he's doing this. It's because of it's all we are in test. Like God created us.
Yeah, but what did my daughter do?
Your daughter does nothing. I mean, your daughter is
But she got
is a
cancer.
lovely,
She was a very good
lovely
girl.
Yes, she is. She is definitely. And this is what God is giving her. But what God is giving you is different. Like, I mean, like God is giving you it's how you are going to behave about it.
Right.
How you are going to deal with this. How you are going to
Well, I'm
to
dealing with him. Yeah.
communicate this kind of pain with God Himself.
Yeah, but I don't want to be in pain, and I don't want my daughter to be in pain.
But this is what it like. I mean, this is it. Like, I mean, you are getting what you are getting, and this
But
is
that's not right.
this is right, and this is from Him.
I know I went to the Maulvi, the guy that has a big beard in the masjid, and I asked him the same question, and this is what he told me: "You're getting what you're getting." I mean, this is really bad if this is what Islam has to
We
offer.
are all getting what we are getting.
This is
We have
terrible.
good days,
I don't need
and we
religion.
have a bad
Thank you
days.
very much, sir. I
Okay,
don't
so-
need religion.
Okay, can I leave something with you?
No, I don't need any of this. Thank you.
The only thing that I'm gonna do, I'm going to ask the God to guide you to the right.
Jazakallah khair. Okay, so let me just help you guys. If this does happen, how you change this conversation, because this was a bit of an advanced topic that maybe the brother didn't take, is basically what he's saying that his daughter has cancer. That means that why he's going through, because Allah, we remember going back to Allah again. You keep forgetting to go back to Allah. Allah is Al-Hakim and Al-Alim. What is Al-Hakim? He's the all-wise and all-knowing. So Allah has this knowledge and wisdom that we don't have. So this is the answer for my daughter's cancer. It's okay, you forget. It's okay. That's why it's a good revision, right? We always write. So you need to tell me that Allah is all-knowing and all-wise. Allah has some knowledge and wisdom why things are happening. We don't have access to all of His knowledge and wisdom. However, there are some particulars we understand, that this life is a test. And in Islam, we believe if someone goes through pain and suffering, his sins are reduced. Or, sometimes someone who is given some kind of disease and they die because of that, they are shahada, they go to Jannah. So there are answers we're giving that we don't believe that Allah has given us no answers, but we don't know the totality. So this is just the answer, okay? Jazakallah khair. Yes.
Salam alaikum is right.
Yeah, he may have thought maybe the guy is Muslim. I don't know.
Okay, but in general,
Generally, no. No, I mean, no, because you shouldn't do that. Islamically, by the way.
Can we talk about examples of prophets when like addressing, for instance, the problem of evil and suffering?
Yeah.
And be like, since once we can establish that Islam is the correct religion, and since like prophets went through like a lot of tribulations,
Yes. But link back to Tawheed.
yeah, that all God is all just, all wise.
Yes. Because otherwise, you're going to get into these branch discussions. Always go back to Allah. Always go back to the Creator because it cuts down arguments. Let's do some more brothers here. Can we get the two of you in the one yourself, please? Because I want you guys to be ready to talk if there is a conversation. If there is, alhamdulillah, there's no, you're not losing, you're learning. Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. My name is Michael.
My name is Abid.
Abid, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Good, Abid. So how can I help you today?
So we are here, my colleague, to talk about a bit about Islam and
Okay.
our connection to God, why it is important for all of us to establish that connection
Okay.
if that connection is lost. So we are going to talk about that.
Yes.
If you have time today for that.
You know, I'm just about to have breakfast with my family, so I don't have a lot of time. So
won't
could you
take
come
long.
back like tomorrow or something?
Yeah, we can do that also if you
Okay.
can allow us.
By the way, this is a deviant to just get you to go away. It's not that you want you to come back. They know you're not going to come back. So that's, I'm just saying, this is actually happens to me. When I go out there and I knock the door and it's like, yeah, can you come back tomorrow? This is their answer. So all you have to say is, we have a small pamphlet here we want to leave with you. And if you have any more questions, there's a website here. It's called onereason.org. You can look it up. You have any questions, you can, and leave it at that.
Yeah, thank you for that. So we can come back tomorrow also, but meanwhile, I'll leave this with you.
Okay.
There's a link here also. If you can go to this link, you can read more about this.
Okay.
And thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much. No problem. Now, this is good because what's going to happen is he's not going to read it or she's not going to read it. She's going to go put it on her desk and it's going to sit there. There's a story of a sister who had a Quran on her desk or her counter for 6 months. But 6 months later, something happened. Says, you know what? That guy came and he gave me this, and she'll go pick it up, and that will awaken the truth. So don't feel that even if they take it, that they're not doing anything. They are. That you just don't know it. Okay? Just anything, Sheikh, you want to add? Alhamdulillah. Good. So let's do another role play just from this brother now, mashallah. You stay with him, so the two of you together. Yeah, yeah. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Yes, my name is John.
Hey, John, how are you?
Good. Just ask my name. Sir, how are you
Yeah,
doing?
Hi, how are you doing?
So what's your pitch? Like, let's get the pitch right. What's the pitch? You come to the door, you ring the bell. What's your pitch? You know sales, we have pitch.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, how you doing?
What's your name, sir?
My name is John.
John, I am Zahir. I live in the neighborhood.
Okay.
So I used to see you walking around here. You are such a nice person, having six
I don't think I'm that
packs,
nice, brother. You
six-
don't know me. I
six-
do a lot of bad things.
Okay. So I see you around. So
Okay.
I thought we'll just go and talk to you, and because we can get to know each other. Because
Yeah, I'm not
we are
interested in
here.
getting knowing people.
We're here.
man. I'm a
Somebody
very
has-
private person.
Yeah, I'm sure, but somebody has created you, and you must be knowing who that is. You know, the
I
God,
don't know.
You, have
Like,
you heard
what is
ever
this
about
about?
the
Can I
God?
ask? Because I'm really busy. I have like a meeting going on upstairs. So I have like, what is this about?
Yeah,
Can
this
I help?
about.
Are you
just-
selling
just-
something? Because I'm not
no,
interested
I'm
to
not
buy.
selling anything. I'm just
Okay.
discussing about our Creator.
I don't know
who
if I have time
created
to
us.
discuss
It's
because
God.
my daughter's upstairs and she needs her milk.
Oh,
so
I'm
we,
sorry.
me
if
and my wife are
if
just.
you're so busy, what I can do is I can give you my leaflet. You can go through it.
Okay.
And maybe we'll pass by again. We have our website here.
I
also, so
don't
you'll
like
know.
people coming to my door. I don't like soliciting. I'm just being real with
Yeah,
you guys.
yeah,
This is what you're gonna get. You're not gonna get. Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you will get them. Yes. But okay.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, I appreciate it. I'll,
Yeah, no
I'll take a
problem.
look at
Yeah,
it.
sure. So
Okay.
thank you.
No problem. Okay. No, stay. Wait. That was the bad one.
Yeah.
Now let's do a good one. Okay. So you kind of get a mix of it, right? Okay. You come back to the door, ring the bell.
Well, hi.
Okay.
How are you, sir?
Good.
What's your name?
Why do you want to know my name?
Because I'm your neighbor, I'm from the neighborhood. I
Well,
want
I
to
don't know
find
you.
out
I've
who's
never
in-
seen you around
Okay,
here.
my name is Zahir.
Oh, Zahir, how you
I
doing?
live in the neighborhood,
Okay,
and
Zahir.
I see you.
How can I
every
help
day.
you, Zahir?
Well, I am here just to talk about our Creator, the God who has created us, and
Okay.
what is the purpose of
So
our
here's my,
creation.
let me help you on. Just go straight to the main point. Do you believe in God?
Oh, okay.
Okay, just so straight, so you don't waste, because somebody might have 1 minute and that's all you have.
Okay.
Okay,
Do you know God?
do I know
Do you
God? No, I
believe
don't
in
know God. No,
so
I
that's what we're going to talk about, that there is a God who has created us, and what is the purpose of our creation?
Okay, just humble. When you sell, sometimes the customer gives you 3 minutes, 2 minutes. So you want to get the main point in 2-3 minutes. So let me reverse the roles. How you doing?
Very good thing.
My name is Ali. We're in the neighborhood. We're handing out some flyers about there's a creator. He's one. He deserves to be worshipped. Do you believe in a creator? You see how I went straight? I didn't waste any time. So don't, I know you're trying to do is trying to be nice and build rapport. I know you, because some people will not give you that much time. Some people will. It's just the luck of the draw, right? So you just need to be ready. Go straight to the conversation.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Should I repeat what I said?
Yeah.
How you doing? My name is Ali. We're in the neighborhood. We're handing out some pamphlets. We believe there's a creator. We believe he's one and he deserves to be worshipped. Do you believe in God, sir?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. Do you believe that this creator is one?
Yes.
Okay, good. Do you know in our tradition, we believe that this creator has guided mankind to know the truth, why we're here, what the purpose of life is. Do you know what the purpose of life is?
No, I don't.
So in Islam, we believe there's a creator. He's one. He sent us guidance through Adam, Ishmael, Isaac, Noah, Jesus, Muhammad, peace be upon them. And he told us in the Quran, the holy book that we believe in, that the purpose of our existence is to worship the creator. Okay? And Islam, what is worship? Everything we say, we do, the actions of our tongue, actions of the heart, and actions of the limb. Our internal actions and external actions only for God. And they have to be good. This is what we believe in worship.
But that's what I do. I go to the church, I
Good.
go bend
Good.
down, I kneel down, I sit there. That's
Okay.
what I do in the
Okay,
church also.
So I'm guessing you're from the Christian background.
That's correct.
Okay, so do you believe Jesus is God?
Yes.
Okay, so you believe the creator of the heavens and the earth is become a human being?
No, he created a human being in
Okay.
the form of God.
Okay, so what I'm saying, in Islam, we believe the creator doesn't become the creation. If I make this booklet, I don't turn into the booklet. Me and the booklet are different. We're distinct and disjointed. So we believe in Islam that the creator doesn't become the creation. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is what we're here. Do you have a few minutes we can sit down and discuss this?
I really don't.
Okay, no problem. So I want to just leave you with this pamphlet about explaining who God is in Islam and how we understand what He is.
Okay.
Can we do that with you?
All right.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Okay, good. Okay, you already did the... Okay, mashallah. Okay, we'll get someone else. Can they get the two of you, please? Okay.
Hi, sir. How are you? My name is Mohammed.
Hi, Mohammed. How you doing?
I'm
You know,
good.
I have a friend named Mohammed at work. He's in the real estate business as well. That's amazing guy. We have these amazing... I'm just giving you many spectrums. This is one spectrum. You know, we were traveling to Montreal, and, and he was an amazing guy. What a phenomenal guy Mohammed was, and we were traveling to Montreal and we were talking about real estate and we were talking about selling and customers and but after a while, all the conversations kind of ran out and we started talking about religion. You Muslims, how come you guys are so amazing? What is it about Islam?
Actually, we believe in one God, and Allah Ta'ala has sent us guidance in Quran. So we try to live by our life according to those guidelines. And
Remember, you forgot. You have to ask me, do I believe in God?
do you believe in God?
Yes. Always go back to Tawheed. Right? Because otherwise this conversation is useless. So I'll give you an example. One day Sheikh Abdurrahim Green was having a conversation with a Hindu. He believes in God and Sheikh Abdurrahim believes in God. 45 minutes later, he said God is pink. The Hindu said he's pink with 15 arms. So sometimes we're using the same language, but we have different meanings for those words. So that's why I go straight to the conversation.
So do you believe in God?
I'm not sure. I used to. I went to the church, and I was asking my pastor about God, and he couldn't explain it to me, and he just said, just have faith, and I'd like to know some more solid proofs. So I don't know if I believe in a God. I think there's something, but I'm not sure.
How about if you have some time and we can sit together and talk about this, that how Allah Ta'ala God has created this world and how He has guided the whole universe
Okay.
through all the prophets, and
Okay.
what is the motive of, main motive of our life in this world.
But
So-
I mean, look, if I believe there's some God or being, and there's many people that believe that, isn't that enough? Like, what else do we need? Why do we, I want to know why do I need to, why do I need to learn about Islam more, is my question.
So, if you believe in God, then
Yeah.
we should think about it, why we are in this life. Every human being have a objective in this life, why we are here and what we have to do in this life.
Okay.
So for learning all those things, we have to go through to the message of God.
Okay.
So we have to go through and see that what our main motive is in this life.
So let me help you out.
Yep.
Just always ask, what is your purpose of your life? Very simple. This is such a simple question, but it has such profound meanings. What is the purpose of your life? Because no one really, even Muslims sometimes don't think about this question. So just ask, what is the purpose of our life? Who can tell us this?
Yeah.
Right?
So what is the purpose of our life, and who can tell us?
Well, I think the purpose of life is, I don't know, to be like an engineer or a doctor, or, have a big business and make money and just be happy. Isn't that the purpose?
I don't think it's the purpose. Like after,
Why not?
After becoming engineer, what else? Like just raising kids and making them engineer and then go away.
Yeah,
what do you think is this
well,
life?
I think
There
it's,
should be a higher purpose for this, and
we're
all-
being happy, right? Isn't that good? Being happy?
yeah, being happy is a good, but we have to go through the God and see that why He sent us, right? This is
But-
all the objectives purpose we have defined ourselves, that this is the purpose. But our creators will tell us.
Creators? There's more than creator.
Creator.
Yeah,
Our creator
language.
will tell us
Yeah.
what is the main purpose of this life.
So
is.
what does Islam say about what is the purpose? Because the Muhammad that I was speaking to in Montreal, he didn't really talk about these things. He just said there's a God and He's one. And so what is the purpose? Why are we here?
We are here to worship Allah Ta'ala, and we have some guidance.
But I go to church. I've talked to my pastor. So I kind of doing that worship. Like when I get up in the morning, I look at the sun and I believe there's a higher power, and I supplicate and ask. I talk to God all the time. So that's.
I think we should go to the book and we should read ourselves, like what is the main purpose, either we are doing what we are doing is right or not.
But there's
this-
so many books. I'm so confused. Right? There's the Hindu book, the Bhagavad Gita, there's the Guru Granth, there's the Quran, there's the Bible. I'm just so overwhelmed with this information.
You're right.
Okay, to give you, alhamdulillah.
No, I'm not converting.
No, it's okay.
Just
Okay. Just to kind of give you, and we'll have a pamphlet to explain this. If someone asks you this question, just so you have and the brothers know, if someone says, how do you know which one is the right book? Because I don't want you to get stumped on this. Yeah. In Islam, we believe there's 3 ways to know if you want to lead to the truth. There's 3 things you have to do. And it could apply to anyone, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, Buddhist, doesn't matter. 1, there has to be a concept of God, a creator or first cause. This concept of God should be very easy if, the reverse role. I was stumped by this question, and I would have to give that answer. I'm giving the answer to you now, right? So I'm at the door, and I'm saying, okay, so if you want to know how you lead to the truth, there's 3 things you have to do. Number 1, you have to believe in some kind of worldview that has to have a creator. And this creator has to be one. And it should be simple for a 5-year-old, a doctor, an engineer, a plumber, a farmer. Anyone should be able to understand about this concept of God. Number 2, this thing has to give me some kind of guidance, like revelation. The Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, whatever the Vedas, it has to have some kind of textual analysis so I can look at it. Now, this textual analysis of this book they give, the Quran, it has to be consistent internally and externally. What that means is, if I read a book and it says there's a cow who eats grass and is God, That's illogical, because God is not dependent on these things. In Islam, we believe God is al-Ghani, independent. So it has to be consistent internally, mean it should not contradict each other. You know, some books, they contradict inside the book. One page says God is one, then the 5th page says God is 3. It can't contradict itself. And it has to be consistent externally. Externally means it should make sense of our natural world. Okay? It shouldn't say the earth is flat and so on and so forth, right? Number 3, it should have signs to the transcending. What that means is that no book, if I say to you this pamphlet is made by God, and if someone else can make a pamphlet like that, then this is not from God. So it has to have something that's beyond human comprehension and understanding. So we believe in Islam, for example, just to kind of give you the answer, we believe in Islam God is one. Okay? Number 2, we believe anyone can understand that the Creator is one. Number 2, the concept of God in Islam is very straight and simple. Okay, it's consistent. The Quran is consistent internally. Quran says if there was any contradictions in this, then this is not from God. So we know that there's no contradiction in the Quran. We believe that it's preserved for the last 1400 years. Number 3, no human being can produce something like the Quran. That's why we believe the Quran is a book from the Creator. It's not a man-made book. So this is how you lead to the truth. Okay? Make sense? Okay, good.
So what if they say that all the books they say is from God and they don't contradict?
Yeah, but
nobody can produce them, right?
okay, so if I have this phone and I say this phone is made by God, what's God about this phone? If I send this phone to China, and if China makes a phone like that, then this phone is not from God, because someone can make something like that. So in Islam, we believe that the Quran is a linguistic miracle. The Quran challenges mankind to produce even one surah like it, one chapter like it. And this is a test for all of mankind. No human being can produce something like it. The preservation of the Quran has been preserved for the last 1400 years. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that all of the books previously sent to those messengers, Muhammad, Jesus, Moses, Abraham, Ishmael, they were for those people at that time. For those people. It wasn't for all time, all places. The Quran, so there's the Old Testament, the New Testament, and this is the final testament. This supersedes all other testaments. This is the final book for all humanity. Make sense? Make sense?
Yeah.
Good. All right, let's do it.
Hi, brother. How are you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm good.
Oh, you're such a smiley guy.
Yeah.
Very good.
My name is Ali, and I live in this neighborhood.
Hi, Ali.
So
How
I'm
you doing?
just, distributing these pamphlets.
Okay.
And I'm not selling or buying anything, so I'm just giving it
Good.
to you.
Okay. Okay.
And the reason why I'm doing it is because I want to deliver a message,
Okay.
and that's that there's one God, and we have to worship Him. And I don't know if you believe or if you are following any religion or not, but you
yeah,
can just
I
give
mean,
it if you want to have any questions, you can.
I don't really have questions. I don't think I have any questions. I'm not a very religious person. I believe that religions causes a lot of evil. I mean, look at the last 20th century, right?
Yeah.
The religion, what is what's the guy from? I lost my mind. You know no, yeah, you could say some, but I was gonna say the Aryan race, the Germany, not Hitler, yeah. Hitler, he was a, card-carrying Christian. He used to go to the church in the morning and then kill Jews at night. I mean, religion has caused some really serious evil, right? I mean, look at the KKK, look at the ISIS, and, all of these kind of the Lord's Resistance Army in Africa. And, this is what's happening around the world. I mean, religion is destructive to the world. I think we should get rid of all religion. There's this dome of something. Every time I go in, it's like these people must be doing something bad in there. Now, I hate religion, by the way. I'm sorry I just came out so direct because it's just I really don't like it. So that's why I don't like people coming to my door talking about religion.
So I'm not talking about religion. I just want to tell you that there is one God. Do you believe one God? The Creator?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
Just if I ask you, who has created this whole universe? Who has created us? Why we are here? What is the objective of our life?
Yeah, I mean, objective is, we do whatever we want. We enjoy our life, we party, we hang out, we have fun,
Yeah.
we do drugs. You do drugs? I have some weed. You want to do weed with me?
No, I don't do.
Be
either. Thank you
happy,
very much.
enjoy life.
No, that's good, but we have to.
So that's
think
good.
about
You want to
this.
smoke weed with me?
No, I understand that you are enjoying your life,
Okay.
but you have to think like this sometimes. Like why this has all created. Like you have a lot of money to enjoy the drugs. I don't have that money, right?
Okay.
I cannot enjoy.
I think you have enough money. It's
Some
about
people
10
are
bucks.
happy, some are not happy. So
Okay.
why we have differences? And
Okay.
So that's what I wanted to come. Like, do you believe like there is a creator for this whole universe?
But you see, why would I follow worldviews, like I explained to you, that causes so much problems in this world? Like, why would I do that? Like, in the name of religion, look at what the church has done. You've seen what the church has done, have killed millions of people around the globe. Just in North America here, they were indigenous people. 170 million people were annihilated in the name of Christ. And look at what the people are doing in the Middle East. These Arabs, they're blowing up the whole world. Look at all the problems happening in Iraq. You see, I keep taking him in, but he's not going back to Tawheed.
Yeah, but I understand, but maybe they're not following the right path.
Okay,
right?
let's go the other way. Let's do it the other way, okay? Because we all get trapped. So believe me, don't think, oh, Ali Usman is so amazing, he knows. No, we all, even I get trapped in this. So you just have to remind yourself, you have to go back to Tawheed, okay? Let's go the other way. So now you're going to talk about that there's problems, there's wars, there's ISIS and all that, and we're going to say, let's go. Hi, how you doing? My name is Ali, I'm in the neighborhood, and we're talking about there's a creator, he's one, he deserves to be worshipped. Do you believe in a creator?
No, I don't believe.
You don't believe in a creator. Why not? What's your reason for not believing?
Because I don't think so. We need a creator. Like it's a regular life. Like we are all human beings. We are here. We are.
Okay, you have to be me, what I said earlier about like wars and KKK and ISIS and all that.
Yeah, because what I'm learning from the environment, like there are a lot of religions.
Yeah.
Everyone is following their religion and they're fighting with each other, right? Muslims are fighting with Christians, Christians with Jews. So
Yes.
they are destroying the world.
So we believe that human beings are not perfect. In Islam, we believe kullu bani adam khata, meaning all human beings make mistakes. So we're not saying human beings are perfect. We believe there's a creator who's perfect. So back to the question, do you believe in a creator?
No, personally, I don't believe.
You don't. So where do you think all of this came from? Do you think all of this created itself?
Maybe it's science.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
That's
science.
right.
But science doesn't lead to the truth, right? Science is observation. You observe something. That observation is not certainty. We've had observations in the past which led to some false assumptions. So science doesn't explain. So why are we here? What is the purpose of life?
How do you know about this? Like,
So-
what we know today is this is all based on science. That
Yeah.
today we can see the space, we can go to moon, Earth. So how you can believe on something which you even don't know?
We can discuss that because in science, for example, gravity. You know, Isaac Newton believed that the gravity was a pulling force,
Yeah.
and this was a law. Do you know? And Isaac Newton said it was a pulling force, and Einstein came on and said it's pushing force, and all of the laws changed. So we don't believe science leads to certainty. You understand what I'm saying? So even the scientists themselves, they say the science is in flux; it changes. We believe there's a creator who's outside of creation, is not part of the creation. He can make the moral compass of what is right. He doesn't care you're black, brown, Canadian, Pakistani, Arab. He makes the moral compass. So do you know anything about Islam? Can I share some information?
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much for giving me that. So what I want to share with you, there's a creator, we believe in Islam, and he's one. And we believe that this being deserves to be worshipped. And this being didn't leave us astray. He has sent guidance to mankind since the beginning of time, with Adam, Ishmael, Isaac, Noah, and Jesus and Muhammad, peace be upon them, to worship him alone. And in Islam, what is worship? You see, I'm not even giving him a chance to talk, right? And it sounds like, oh, you're being rude. What is our job? What did I say in the beginning? We are to what? Deliver the mail. We're not here to listen to, because he will take me on, oh, you know, I believe in this, and he'll keep going. So you deliver the mail and you leave. Going back to what I was saying. So we believe this creator, he's one, he deserves to be worshipped, and he sent us guidance through Adam, Ishmael, Isaac, Noah, Muhammad, peace be upon them, is to worship him alone. What is worship in Islam? All actions, the actions, internal actions, and the external actions can be worshipped as long as it's good, it's for the creator. But he told us to follow these people who will teach us what is right and wrong. So in Islam, we follow, you know, Muhammad, peace be upon him, he's the last and the final messenger. And we believe that, you know, do you know anything about Muhammad?
No, I don't know, but I'm just thinking like every religion or everyone is talking same, like what you're saying. So they believe on their religion. So
Yeah.
why only Islam?
Good. That's a very good question. Thank you, Mary, for that question. Yes, every religion is talking about all of these things, but in Islam is unique because we're talking about the oneness of a creator. We believe that this creator is one, and he's uniquely one. If you look at all of the religions or worldviews, they always mix the creator with creation. Like, for example, in the Bible, you'll see that they say that so-and-so wrestled with God, or the attributes of God are not perfect. For example, in the Bible, God is calling out to Adam, Adam, where are you? Means God has limited knowledge. In Islam, we believe God does not rest, He does not get tired, He has total knowledge. His names and attributes are maximally perfect, without any deficiency and flaw. So when He sees all-knowing, He's all-knowing, He's no deficient. God does not get tired, God does not sleep, God, He's perfection. In every other tradition, God is always mixed with creation. Like even in Christianity, Jesus became God. A human being turns into God. Or in other traditions, God can be, let's say, a cow or a monkey. In Islam, laysa kamithlihi shay. There's a principle. There's nothing like God.
So if Islam is the right religion, like, why the Muslims are, the whole world are suffering,
Good,
right?
very good question.
Look at Canada, Christians are dominating, so
Yes.
the whole power is with us.
So the idea for us here is...
religion is on the right way.
Sorry, I didn't understand your question. Can you repeat that, please?
My question is that if Islam is the last religion and
Yes,
that's the
the
right
final,
one,
yeah.
then why Muslims all over the world, they are the one who are called as terrorists, they are the one who are suffering, or they are in a very bad situation, right?
Good.
Most of the refugees who are coming here are Muslim families, right?
Yeah,
So
I mean that's subjective. I mean, Ukraine, you have refugees coming, but that's okay. I get where you're coming from, but the idea is here for us to tell people about there's a creator and there's one. The purpose isn't really to talk about what's happening in the world. There are goods and bad. We believe human beings will make mistakes. In Islam, we believe even sometimes Muslims will go to hellfire. So it's not, we don't believe everyone's going to heaven if they don't follow the commandments. So we have a covenant with God. We obey God's instructions. We follow God alone by the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, Jesus, Moses, Abraham in the Quran. And that's what leads to our salvation. You want goodness for yourself, right?
yeah, definitely.
Good.
We have to be good, right?
So we believe the actual goodness is the eternal goodness, not this life.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Jazakallah khair. So I'll give you some pamphlet to kind of read. Thank you
so
very
nice of
much.
you.
Yeah,
I'll take
there's
this.
a website there. You can go to onereason.org. If you have any more questions about Islam, or we have a mosque here very close by if you'd like to come by. It's called MNN.
Okay.
You can have any questions. You can sit with us and we can explain anything you want.
Okay. Nice
Okay?
to see you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay? The two of you, inshallah. Bismillah. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
My name is Shahid. What's your name?
Shahid, how you doing? My name is Cynthia.
Cynthia. How are you, Cynthia?
Good. How can I help you?
Oh yeah, we came from the closest community center. It's called MNN.
Can you just bring this closer so I can hear you?
Okay.
Sorry.
So
You have to be loud, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So we come from the closest community center. It's called MNN, and
Okay.
we are here to give you this pamphlet.
Okay.
And here,
What is
says-
this pamphlet about?
This pamphlet is we are Muslims, and it says about there is one God, and God has created all of us,
Okay.
and only God accepts us. That we
I
worship
don't
the
like
God.
religion. I don't believe in any religion.
But do you know there is a creator who created us?
I don't need to know. It's irrelevant to me.
So that's why we have this pamphlet here. There is a website. You go and find the information, and you will get all the answers.
I'm not
about this.
interested. I don't want it.
Okay, so then what should
That, you see, what I'm saying is, your job is say thank you very much. Smile.
I? Okay.
Thank you very much, miss. Have a good day. Leave it.
That's okay.
You're not here because that is your hujjah. Hujjah means the evidence against her on the day of judgment that someone came and knocked her door. You're not here to convince me.
Sure.
Because you're going into, okay,
Exactly.
she should take my pamphlet. Why is she not taking it? That's what's inside you.
Okay.
The reality is just say, thank you very much, miss. Have a good day. See you later. And walk away. Okay, good. So that was one. Give it to him. Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, so today we are here from the.
Can you bring this closer so people can hear you?
So today we're here to, like, let you know about the one creator. You know.
I don't believe in a creator.
So we're here to actually tell you about the oneness of that creator. You know.
Well, I don't believe in a creator.
So. Nah, sure.
So just straight ask, hi, we're in the neighborhood. Okay, let's roll, okay? So how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
My name is Ali. We're in the neighborhood. We're distributing some flyers about explaining there's a creator. He deserves to be worshipped. He's one. Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Do you? Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Oh, are you a religious person?
Yeah, you can say.
So,
Kind of.
what do you believe God is? How do we know who God is? Where do we find the truth?
So you can find the truth in Islam, right?
How do you know that? Well, why in Islam?
Because like if you look.
Wait a minute, we're switching roles here. We're getting mixed up. Remember, I was supposed to give you dawah.
Keep this close to you.
Yeah, close to your mouth so we can hear you. Okay? Yeah. So here's the thing I want you to know. If he's hesitating, then it's for you to step in. Okay? So say, just nicely say, do you have a few minutes I can speak to the person? So this is why you're always in pairs. You're never alone. If one person gets scared or he doesn't say the right thing or he missteps, you jump in. Okay, go ahead. You jump in for him.
Okay, so I don't believe in God.
Oh, no, okay. Let's go back to the beginning. I'm Cynthia.
Okay,
You've come to my door.
Okay, so
Okay.
yes. Hi.
So I don't know what he's speaking about, this gentleman.
So he's
I'm
trying
not
to-
very religious.
So he's trying to explain that there is one God and we're supposed to all believe in God because he's the creator and he's
Yeah,
expected.
but see, these are fairy tales. Like these people that have brainwashed you guys. Like when we look, we don't see God. There's no God. You understand? These are just things to control people.
Yeah, but you know that who has created us. If these are fairy tales, then you should know there is a creator who is creating.
But that is a
everything.
fairy tale is what I'm trying to tell you.
So,
You
okay,
see,
so there is
when you go to this church or mosque, you guys have a mosque. See, these people, they just brainwash you with this information. Reality, there is no God. There's no such thing.
okay, there is God for sure because.
How do you
he's
know?
the
What's your
creator.
proof?
So he's created everything.
Well, how do you know that?
around
Did you see him create it?
Okay, yeah.
Stuck. Yes.
Like if you were to look at the sun, you cannot look at the sun for more than 10 minutes. So like how can you see your creator, right?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But that's still no proof that there's a creator.
You have to look at the creation, Like
I looked at the creation.
like the single cell of a human being. If you just look at it, there's millions of details, right? Like science can't just create that out of nowhere.
I
There
agree.
has to be a creator who created that. Right?
It's just chance. It's just chance. You know chance?
Yeah, there can be
Why not?
chance in things like this, right?
Why not?
Like how 1 million single cells inside of just one human cell, right?
I understand that, but by chance we just fluke. It became like that. So now we just attributing this to some God.
So our advice to you is like, you have a look at this book right here,
Okay.
which can give you information.
I
about
have
the-
like these 5 pamphlets from these Jehovah Witness. I have this from the Hindu Bhagavad Gita. I'm tired of these pamphlets. This is why I wrote no soliciting.
Yeah.
Okay, let's now reverse the roles, yeah? Just so you understand why this failed. I don't even remember which argument I brought in. But anyway, so we're at the door, and you're Cynthia. Let's say you're not Cynthia, but you know what I mean. You're doing a role play. So you're being confrontational. What you want to deliver here, that we believe there's a creator. Do you believe in God? Keep going back to that. If they say no, say we have something we want to leave you. Do you have any questions? We have a masjid nearby. You have more questions, you can go on this pamphlet. That's one approach. If the person is engaging with you, then you engage with that person. If the person slams the door on you, see you later. You've done your job, okay? So your job is not to convince me, okay? Because you guys are going about, let me explain, you understand? Just because you leaving that pamphlet might have more effect than you having these debates with her, okay? Make sense? Okay, Jazakallah khair. Somebody who didn't go up yet. Both of you, Bismillah. आज फंस गए भाई साहब आप
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, my name is Usman.
Hi, Usman. How you doing?
Good. I'm here to talk about something religion and our Creator.
Religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Okay. So
I close the door on you. I'm done.
Yeah. Okay. So you
So you
have
just
a
say
minute
thank
to
you
talk. You have a minute to talk.
Ah, see, this is better approach. I said, let's go back again. So you rang the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're here to talk about religion. You have, I just have a few minutes. What is this
Okay.
about?
So it's about a religion and our Creator.
Okay.
So I just want to tell you about the creation. Do you believe in God?
Do I believe in God? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, I used to go to church when I was a kid.
Yeah, so I am here just to tell you about our message. I'm just conveying my message. So this is all
What's your
about
message?
this is all about the Creator, that we worship one Creator. We believe in oneness of God.
Let me ask you a question. Since you
Okay.
brought it up, I didn't bring it up.
Okay.
If there is one creator
Yeah.
and you worship this creator, why does this creator needs worship?
I think that is the believing of in our that there is
I mean,
oneness of
people
God.
believe in a lot of things.
Yeah, so
People
that,
believe in like Christmas and Santa Claus. That's why I stopped believing in Christianity. There's no Santa Claus. You know that, right?
so our is that we there is a one God and there's one creation
Okay.
who created all of us, and that is our message.
But why,
If
why do you believe that?
that is basically Islam is that there is oneness of God, and God created all the things that.
But they
that
don't believe in this. What makes you believe that?
the creation and the purpose of our life, that we.
What
we
is the
worship-
purpose of our life?
That to worship Allah, that who created
But
everything.
why
That-
does he need worship?
Sorry.
Why does this creator need worship? Why? Is he hungry for worship?
No, I think worshipping is just like to believe that there is oneness of God. That's why I asked you that you believe in God. So that's the messages.
But I told you I don't believe in God.
So okay.
I used to go as a child to church.
Okay,
I don't go
okay,
anymore.
okay. That's
Because-
our
yes.
that's our leaflet. So you can go to our website, and then you have any question you can.
Sure. I mean, I'm not going to really go to it, but I'll take it if you want. I'll just probably throw it in the garbage.
Oh, it's up to you. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how the.
Okay, thanks. See you later.
Okay.
Okay. So what went wrong here, guys? What could we learn from here? Or what could we have done different? What do you guys, some feedback? Yes.
Again, just talking and going back to Tawheed, like when you asked like why does God need worship, you could have just been like because talk about God's attributes. You could have just gone there, or like in the beginning when I started like love track of what was happening.
Yeah, I know, I lost track too. It's okay. Alhamdulillah, we're learning. Yes.
Just trying.
Go back to the purpose of the creation.
Okay.
I think there are a lot of things that we can talk about, and Lord says that what you are doing, we should be grateful to that Creator. To go back to the oneness of the God, then everything is rewarding. You're getting a lot of rewards. You have to thank the God for that.
Okay.
We have to follow. That is the Creator. We should follow that guideline or that booklet that He has given.
But why should we follow him?
Because this world is sort of a best case for everybody. God has
I
created
think first you need to establish that there is someone who needs to be worshipped in that.
Okay, but why does he need to be worshipped?
Not in a need form, but in a command form.
But why would I follow somebody who's commanding me? Was nothing to do with me.
You have to establish that first, and that there has to be a creator first.
So that's what I'm saying. So what you have to do, okay, my humble advice when you go back from here today, inshallah, and we do this exercise, go back and learn the names and attributes of Allah. It's very helpful. Allah is Al-Alim, Al-Hakim. He's all-knowing, all-wise, yes? He's all Al-Bar, the source of goodness. So you're linking always back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That cuts down the arguments. Because are you saying that you know better than Allah? No. Allah is Al-Ghaffar and Al-Ghafur, Ar-Rahim, Ar-Rahman. He has given us all these things. So the needs of the worship, because He is the being that deserves to be worshipped. Who are you going to worship? If you don't worship God, then what are you worshiping? Because everyone is worshiping something. What is worship in Islam? What we said? All actions, the internal actions of the heart, the external actions of the limb. So let me give you an example. Just so if I was on the opposite side, I would say, look, do you watch movies? Bollywood movies or Hollywood movies? Yes. If you watch movies and that's all you do 24/7, right? This can become somewhat of a worship. Why? Because you want to know about movies, you want to invest all your time in the movies, you want to buy memorabilia about movies. Everything you do is about movies. So movies, watching movies can become worship. So in Islam, we believe, yes, you're overdoing something. There's a balance in life. You give some time from your creator, you give some time to your work, your home, family. So in Islam, all acts should be for the creator. Okay? All right, let's go.
Just clarification here.
Yes, yes.
Will it be better that instead of using the word worship, we just say obedience?
Yeah, you can say obedience.
Yeah,
but the only thing with obedience, they don't like obedience. In the West here, they don't like the word obedience.
Yeah, but they will more dislike worship than obedience.
Yeah, they won't like both.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that because worship immediately takes us to
religion, yes.
To there, so it may be better that okay,
Sure.
he has created us, we need to obey him.
Sure.
So he doesn't need our obedience, but we need to obey him because he's our creator.
You can try that. Any words,
Instead
but
of saying worship, we can say we obey.
Obey, yeah.
Of God.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, just, okay. So, like, sometimes you'll see me, I use the word God. Sometimes I use creator. Sometimes I use Allah. It just depends on the person. If I find that guy is very anti-religious, then I'll go to a creator. And if I find that he doesn't even like creator, then I'll say a first cause. So it just gauge the person you're discussing with, where is he at. Okay? Inshallah. Okay.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
We live in the neighborhood, and we came here just to discuss about the religion. Do you believe in God?
I believe in God. Yeah, I actually believe in God, yeah.
That's good.
Good.
So in fact, the God has created us. All the creations are by the God.
Yes.
There is only one God,
Yes.
if we believe.
Okay.
And we are here in that from that perspective.
Okay.
We belong to Muslim community.
Okay.
And Islam is our religion.
Okay.
And we have some pamphlet just to let you know the details.
But he told you already he believed in that.
Yeah, yeah.
Explain something that you say that.
Yeah.
So
It's good.
Why you are explaining?
Because he wants to just give the pamphlet and run. I know what he wants. I know what he wants. He wants to do this as quickly as possible so he doesn't have to have a conversation.
He wants to deliver the mail.
Yes, he wants to deliver the mail and leave. Yes. So what he's saying, the brother is saying, is to take the conversation a little bit deeper.
Right.
Than just not deliver the mail. If someone is ready to talk, that's when you engage. If someone is resistant to talk, you don't need to force them to talk. Your job is not to force. I'm open to talking.
Correct.
That's what the brother is saying. He's saying he believes in God. Now give the next step. What's the next step?
No. So what you believe in, what is God?
Good. You see, you move to the next step. I believe God is, he's like this power, this force that's everywhere. Like he's everywhere. He's like controlling the whole universe. He has arms and legs and like he's control of everything.
So do you believe in the oneness of God?
Yeah, I believe he's one. Yes.
But how would you come to know that he has legs and arms and everything?
Well, this is my own mind. This is what I came up with.
There must be some source through which you can understand that how God is. I mean, who God is, in fact.
So what source would that be?
That should be the source should be from the God Himself.
Okay. So what is the source?
I mean, the source is the Old Testament, the New Testament, and the final Testament, that is Quran.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that we received the revelations from the God.
Yeah, I'm Punjabi. We don't believe in Old Testament, New Testament. We have the Bhagavad Gita. We believe in that. The Guru Granth. We believe in the Guru Granth. You gurus are the ones that help us.
Since you believe in some book, so
Yes.
the book should be something that should not be contradictory in itself, internally or externally. So
Yeah, it doesn't contradict. It tells us to pray and worship God and be good to people.
But this is not from God.
But how do you know? I mean, it's from my guru. They told us it's from God. We've been doing this for 800 years now.
But at least you should learn other books as well. Maybe you will
But
find
why?
some
I'm happy
contradictions.
with my book.
Argument continues, you deliver the pamphlet.
He's supposed to talk about his book.
Yes. So you're delivering the mail, remember?
Okay, yeah, right.
So why do we believe you just say, okay, we believe if there's a book from God, it should not have human understanding or human attributes.
Right.
Okay? In the Quran, let's go the other way around. We believe if there's a book from God, they should not have man-made things in it. We believe that God sent guidance to all of the prophets. Jesus, Moses, Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac. All of them showed their miracles that there is a creator for them to go follow the wahi, the revelation, which is the Quran. We believe the Quran is not a man-made book. Do you know anything about the Quran? So if you notice something about me, I don't know if you notice it now, I'm always putting the person in back foot. You ever notice that about me? I never always give answers. I always ask questions. And this is a Quranic methodology. The Quran, I'll ask you, did you create the heavens? Did you create the earth? Rather, you're not certain. In nowhere Allah is giving you the answer that He's the creator. He's questioning you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, you see the bird who leaves the home in the morning empty, stomach, comes back with the belly full. Who's feeding it? He's always questioning. So this is a Quranic methodology, is to always ask questions, not give answers.
Right.
You can give answers. It's not that we don't have answers. But what you're doing is you're engaging with a person by keep asking him questions. What you want to do is once you're asking him questions and you acknowledge that he's giving you good answers, and then you say, okay, let me help you to understand. Because some people are on the fitrah of Islam. Wallahi, they'll be like, this guy is Muslim without the shahada, right? They'll have it in them, but you just want to now correct them. That's all. Okay, so let's go. So let me explain why we believe the Quran is a book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator. You know the word Allah? Do you know what it is? You see what I did? I asked him a question again. Do you know what Allah, do you know what it means?
Allah is the name of God.
Yes, it's one of God's name. Yes, but in the Arabic language, Allah means Al-Ilah. Al-Ilah, the deity that deserves to be worshipped.
Right.
Okay? So there could be many gods, right? Someone can say Jesus is God, Krishna is God, Rahma is God, Hanuman is God. But in Islam, Al-Ilah, the deity that deserves to be worshipped. The message of Islam is to worship the creator, not the creation. So the message that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, came to give from the Quran is to worship God. So we believe that this book is not man-made. It's divine book from the creator. Why? Because the Quran challenges us. You know, some of the challenge the Quran says, if you're in doubt what we send down to our servant Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then produce a book like it. And no human being has been able to produce something like it. And they have tried. For the last 1400 years, people have tried to come up with even something, one chapter like it. Do you know the smallest chapter in the Quran? Have you ever read the Quran?
Yeah.
You read the Quran?
I didn't read.
No, read. Would you like a copy?
So will you give me a copy?
Yeah, I have a free copy here I can give you if you want. No problem.
So you can,
But I want to explain to you why you should read it. This book is not a man-made book. No human being can produce something like it. For the last 1400 years, people have tried, Arabs and non-Arabs, Muslims and non-Muslim, and they all tried and they failed. God says that we're going to preserve this book. Do you know how many people know this book by heart globally?
No.
According to Google, there's over 30 million people that have memorized the Quran cover to cover. So it's preserved in the people's heart. Okay? And we have the same Quran that Prophet Muhammad was reading 1400 years ago. It's never changed. The same Quran is reading in Japan, is reading in America or in South America. We all read the same book with the same message. What is the message? Do you know what the message is?
The message is to worship Allah.
Yes. So that's the message.
That is the message.
Okay? So good. So we're having discussion so we know. Okay? Who didn't else go? Brother, you didn't go. Who else didn't go?
Thank you.
It's practice. Please, guys, don't think that, oh my God, I can't do this. You can. It just takes practice. That's why we're doing this. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. Oh, sorry.
No problem.
No, I'm just saying, like
How you doing?
We are becoming, and then you can open the door. That's the
Sure, no problem. So you ring the bell. Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah, we were in the neighborhood and just wondering, like we are from the MNN. You can see them.
Good.
And we're wondering.
Yeah,
like,
I seen that thing.
Yeah.
Some kind of dome. It's very nice. What is that? Do you guys play like tennis in there? What do you guys do?
Yeah, we actually created a community center for the whole neighborhood.
Okay.
And we are wondering, like, if we can use that community center for engaging all the people in there. And that's how we build it. And
what do you want to engage with people?
yeah, there are too many programs. We have like a bonfire or some other thing. That
Bonfire?
it's-
You guys
it's-
putting
yeah,
fires here?
Yeah. So we
Is
are
that
wondering-
allowed?
Yeah, it's not like I mean, I would say like just to get together and
Okay.
know each other.
Okay.
So that's how we are here, and we are wondering.
Good to get to know you. Huh? Very nice. So what can I help you with?
So I'm wondering, like, if you can join us in one of our programs. We have many programs.
I am really busy. I'm sorry, I can't join you. I have stuff going on.
Okay.
But
So-
why would I want to join you? Just out of curiosity.
Just to engage everyone to see and talk each other.
But why? Why do I want to engage?
Like, there's so many things that we cannot discuss with our close friends.
So you're here to discuss something, but you can't discuss.
It's not like that, but just to like say like something like what I'm about, and
Okay, let's
so
stop.
that can something
What's happening here? Who? What's not happening here? Yeah. You see? What's going wrong? Can somebody else help him? Yes, it's not the message. You understand? You're getting into the masjid, which is fine. I'm not saying that
No,
masjid
I'm
will be brought
saying-
up at some point.
Yeah, my point is just to break the ice, not to
Okay,
go
you've
to
broken
the
the ice.
religion, not to go to the religion right away, because people will be very, like, will say like, okay, I don't want to listen to you, or maybe,
Okay.
I mean, that's the only thing
No
that I
problem.
have in my mind, just to give them like a break ice, so they can become comfortable, and then we can give them a message. That's my idea.
Just want to help you understand. There's a guy in America. His name is, I think it was Kamal Makki. He went to go give dawah with some of the brothers in the street, and he saw this guy with a mohawk, blue eyes, like contact, like green eyes, had the devil horns tattooed everywhere. And he said, Nauz billah, I don't want to talk to this guy. I'm like, this guy is a pure shaitan. You understand? So I'm not saying for you to do this, so you understand. So this walk, he walked across the road. He was like, I don't want to talk to this guy. He walked across the road. Some other brother came and he started talking to him. And as soon as he talked to him, within 5-10 minutes, he became Muslim, took the Shahada. And the brother said the reason why he came back later, he's like, what happened? Because I didn't want to talk to him. So he's like, what happened? He goes, when I woke up this morning, I was looking to find out who God is. I've been searching. So please don't prejudge people. You don't know what's in their heart. Yes, you're going to have confrontations with some, but majority of people are going to be good. I know it sounds like, oh, Ali's only bringing up arguments. Some people, wallahi, they're waiting for the truth. So I tell you this. The Prophet ﷺ was told, or he told us, to use people like a blank slate. Don't pre-assumption of who that person is. Oh, he's going to hate me. He hates Muslims. He hates religion. We don't know. We're just there to deliver the mail. The mailman doesn't know if the person is a good person, bad person. He likes them. Just deliver the mail. Okay, let's go back. Hi, how you doing?
Good. Yes, I was in the neighborhood.
Hi, how you doing?
and
You're in the
good,
neighborhood. Okay.
good. Yeah, I was just wondering, like, do you believe in God?
Yeah, I think there is a creator. There's some kind of big force power, yes.
So can I ask, like, what kind of God do you believe in?
I don't know. I think there should be only one kind of God if there was.
Okay.
But what do you think God is? What do you mean, what kind?
Because there are too many God like people believe in. So,
Okay.
but I just wanted to know, like, if you know the real creator, so we can discuss that.
Okay, what is the real creator?
Like, who creates this whole universe? You can see around, and you can see the universe.
Okay.
And there's so many things that you can see. Like, there should be a one creator who creates this whole thing.
Okay, how do you know that?
Have you ever experienced like these kind of thing, or think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been searching, I've been thinking, but you know what? Like everywhere I go, like these are all philosophies. You know philosophies?
Mm-hmm.
They're all mind man, you know, human beings. Like Buddhism. I was in Buddhism for like many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to go to the temple and, you know, I was wearing the pink, the orange stuff. And, you know, in the end of it, it's just philosophies. These things are man-made.
So yeah, I don't know how to say that, but
It's okay.
I think I can.
Okay, do you want to help him?
Yes.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
It's a wonderful day.
Yes, it is very nice.
And so we wanted to invite you to God. Do you believe in God?
Yeah, like I told your friend, I think there is a creator.
But have you ever wondered what's the purpose of life? Why are we here?
I always thought about what the purpose of life is, and I looked around and I didn't really find any purpose. So I'm not really sure. No, I'm not sure. What is the purpose?
So God is what we believe is God is almighty. He knows everything.
Beautiful. This is it. This is Dawah. Perfect.
He's perfect in every respect.
Perfect.
So he deserves to be worshipped, and we have.
But why does he want to deserve to be worshipped?
He does because he's perfect. We need him for all of our needs.
But why do we need him? I mean, I ever rely on God. I mean, I go to work, I make my own money, I have my own house. Why do we need him?
Good question.
Good. Allah is Al-Ghani. What is Allah? Al-Ghani. He's independent. He's not in need of anything. Everything is dependent on Allah. Allah created everything. So everything is dependent on it. It's not dependent on anything. Just that's the answer. Okay. So Allah is Al-Ghani.
Yeah, Allah is Al-Ghani. So God created everything. So we need God because He has created all these systems where we put in a seed and it grows into a crop. So
Good.
That's why we need Him.
Yes. Good. See, you gave the design argument that look, if there's a seed that comes up, who gives it life? Right. Beautiful. These are small examples, but very good. So good. Okay. What else?
So God has given us revelations on how to behave in this world, how to live our lives in this world, so we can please Him.
Okay.
And He has revealed through all these prophets, Adam, Ishmael, Isaac, Moses.
Yeah, these are
Jesus.
the Bible. I read the Bible when I was a kid. These are the Bible prophets, yes.
Yes.
So are you guys Christian too?
Sorry?
Are you Christian?
No, I'm Muslim. So
what is Muslim? What does that mean?
Muslim means we submit to Allah unconditionally.
Okay.
And He has sent Prophet Muhammad, and He has revealed the Quran.
Prophet Muhammad, I heard of that guy.
Yes.
I know that guy. They said some stuff about him that wasn't so good. Like he killed all these Jews. He slaughtered all these Jews. He rounded them up, and one by one he chopped their necks off. I don't know if I want to follow this worldview.
That's yes. So we will have all these propagandas. So what we are.
But it's not true. It's in your books, isn't it? That this man Muhammad, he killed all these Jews.
So you are trapping.
This is extreme. You won't get it, but I just wanted to bring it out, just so you know.
No, so basically what we are not here discussing all the history. We are inviting you to God, and here's our pamphlet.
He wants to run away.
No, I think we should avoid discussing these kind of things.
I don't know if you should avoid them. You should give them the right context.
Okay.
So the right context. You need to know, because now what's happened is brought in, like someone will say, Na'uzubillah, the Prophet ﷺ married a young woman. This is a big contention now they come up with, because they have the worldview that they live in this time. The whole time of space, everything has to be based on today. So if somebody gets married at the age of 18, why did he marry a 9-year-old? This is wrong. So you need to understand the people. So how do I deal with this? So let's turn it around. What you want to do is you want to introduce now the Prophet ﷺ, because he brought up Jews. He said Jews, he killed Jews. It did happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't lie about the Prophet ﷺ. We don't lie about Islam. But we need to understand the context. So what you want to do is now, because I put you in this bad spot, you say, look, Islam does not teach violence. Okay, you have to show that Islam is perfect. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants perfection. But do you know anything about Prophet Muhammad?
Yeah, I've read
What do you know?
A lot of bad things about him.
I hear you.
Killed a lot
So,
of people.
in order to know if someone is a good person or a bad person, we need to know a little bit more about him. Can I share a few things about Prophet Muhammad?
Sure.
Good. So either this man, Prophet Muhammad, was a liar, or he was deluded, or he was speaking the truth. If we apply this criteria on this man, yes, from there we can decide he's right or wrong. Okay? So let me explain. You get the idea here? Could there be another option?
No.
Good. See, I put him on the back foot. I cornered him because there's no other option. So let me tell you why he's not a liar. You know, he was known to be al-Sadiq and al-Amin. Even his enemies testified that he was the most honest and truthful. You understand? So when they used to have their belongings they wanted to keep, they used to keep it with him. And even if they wanted to kill him and persecute him and throw out him out of his beloved city, they still kept the stuff with him and he gave all his stuff back to them. Do you think this is a liar? Based on what I just told you.
No, but how do you know that happened?
Good. How do you know? Very good. So in Islam, we have something that our preservation of our yardstick. Like, how do you know your mother's your mother? See, I put the question back on him again. I didn't answer his question. He said, how do you know? He asked me, right? So what did I do? How do you know your mother's your mother?
Birth certificate.
Okay, but that birth certificate was written by someone else.
Right, so we kind of...
That's not you knowing, that's someone else knowing.
Yeah, it's the government, so we trust them that they did.
Good, you trust them. So in the same way in Islam, when all of these information come, it comes from a trustworthy source. So we had companions who were around the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that documented and wrote everything down, which has come to us through chains. You understand? So that's how we know it's true, based on written. Just like you believe in Isaac Newton. How do you know Isaac Newton existed? How do you know?
Through science books.
Through books, right? In the same way we have books about Prophet Muhammad, so we know he's not a liar. We know that he's not deluded. Deluded basically means he was speaking the truth. There was a time when they offered him, his son died, one day the son died, and there was eclipse. And on that day, the Arabs were pagan Arabs, they believed in superstitions. So they said that you must be a true prophet because we've been rejecting your message for the last 10, 20 years. And the day that your son dies, the heavens are crying. So you must be a true prophet. Do you know what he did? Do you know what he did?
No, but so I'm
sure.
gonna put...
Go on, no problem. Go ahead.
So these books are written by Muslims, so they cannot be impartial.
Yes, they could be biased. You're right. Yes. But this is why we believe the people that were around the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ were known to be adlun dubbed. Do you know what that means? No. They were the most honest, the most trustworthy, the most pious. Okay? And they had the best memorization of their life. So when they were speaking, we checked, all our scholars have checked each person. The person knows the other person, where he was born, where he died, what was he practicing, was he a good practicing person, was he honest, was he trustworthy? Then we take the information. We didn't just take from them just because he said so. Okay. Understand?
Okay.
Good? Okay, so that answers your question. Now let me go back to why we believe he's not lying and he's not deluded. So I explained, do you know why he said that, what he said when they said that your son died, the heavens are crying? You know what he said? Do you know what he said? No. He doesn't know. Of course I know he doesn't know. I keep putting him on the back foot because I keep engaging him. I know he doesn't have the answers. You have to keep this in mind. People do not know Islam. If they know Islam, they be Muslim. So don't think that when I'm asking him question is always keeping him engaged. Do you know why he said that?
No.
Do you know what he said? He said the day his son died, he says whatever happens in the celestial bodies has nothing to do with the death or birth of anyone. This is the signs of a creator and he deserves to be worshipped. And you know, this was his main message. You know what was his message?
No.
His message was La ilaha illallah. You know what that means?
No.
There's no other deity that deserves to be worshipped except Allah. Do you know the word Allah? Do you know what it means?
No.
The word Allah means Al-Ilah, the deity that deserves to be worshipped. Because there's many deities out there. But Allah is uniquely one. We believe the Creator is one. Do you believe God is one? You see, I keep bringing him into questions and keep engaging him. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
It just, guys, you're not going to go out there today and you're going to have these kind of conversations. You're going to stumble, you're going to fail, you're going to make mistakes. That's okay. The way I learned it, I took this approach. Now let me just, because most of everybody's gone. I don't think. Okay, let's do it. He went already. Yeah. Let's do it. Omar, come on, brother. Let's go. Come. Yeah. You're a Muslim, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, I just came, guys.
MashaAllah. You just wanted to see what was going on.
Yeah? Sorry, wallahi, with my kids. I was with my kids.
You just came to see what's happening, right?
No, I just came to
learn,
at least to get something.
Alhamdulillah, let's do it. Okay, so today what we're doing, you know, we're going out to give people pamphlets and things about Islam. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, good.
I'm actually coming to get the benefits from the listen, and inshallah maybe next time.
There's no listening here. There's no khutbah.
No, like
this is engagement.
It's just kind of a course.
Yes, it is like a course. Yes. So now, let's say you work. Do you have a job? Yes. What do you do?
I'm an electrician.
Electrician. Yeah. You're doing electrical work in my house, and all of a sudden you say, I want to go pray. Right? And I see you praying. You're doing electrical work. You pray, right, at work? Okay. So you are praying now. You come back. We're giving a different scenario, just so it's not always about the door. Yeah. So now, I'm there. My name is Jack. Okay? And I seen you do these actions. So I ask you, what are you doing?
I'm praying.
What is that? Why do you do like this? Why do you put your head on the ground?
I'm praying for Allah. Like I have to pray 5 times per day.
Why?
It's a worship for Allah.
But why? But why 5 times? Can you do it 10 times?
I can't do as much I want, but 5 it's mandatory, and the remaining it's voluntary.
I'm just asking because I want to learn. I'm not confronting. I'm not arguing with you. I just want to know because I really found it very fascinating what you were doing. So you do this 5 times a day, yes?
Yes.
Do you do it like different times, or do you do it at one time? Or how does that work?
Different times. We have like schedule for each salah during the day.
What is salah?
Salah you ask what means salah? So
yeah.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, please. We want to learn, yes.
So, salah for us, it's mean connection between you and the God.
Oh, very nice. I like it. So again, just a question. When you pray 5 times a day, you said, right?
Yeah.
Do you do it different times, or do you do it all in one time?
No, it's we have a schedule. Like we have each time we have one salah, we have to do it.
Why can't you do it all at once?
No, because we have in our deen, in our religion, we have rules we have to follow.
But why do you have to follow these rules? Like, why can't you do it on your own?
It's kind of respect that we have to obey for our prophet and our God. That it's even if you have a manager or something, and he shows you some rules, you have to respect your manager, or you have to follow your job, or
Oh, okay, that's very nice. So you followed a system.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good. Okay. And before you went to prayer, I saw you go in the bathroom and you started to do some stuff. What is that?
It's called wudu.
Okay. What is that?
This thing, it actually means 2 things for us as a Muslims.
Okay.
One thing is just to clean the dirt, so you'll be you have to be sure that all.
But I take shower. Why? I take shower. I'm very clean. I take 2 showers sometime in a day.
That's not enough, because we have to do wudu before salah.
Okay.
And before certain stuff, if you went to the washroom, use number 1, number 2.
Okay.
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 Ask me.
I know. What I'm doing is I'm trapping you.
Yeah.
The idea before you came late.
I'll be honest with you.
Yes.
Believe me, it doesn't go like this. If the person came at me, I will be know him. For sure, I know this person, and I will be comfortable to talk with him.
We're comfortable. Here, let me get a chair.
No, man, you investigating me now.
I'm just because someone is genuinely serious.
Mashallah, you have a haiba, so why
yes.
teacher all
I
time?
apologize. Alhamdulillah.
So it's okay.
Please forgive me. So the idea was that what you missed because you came late, we're trying to teach people why the dawah doesn't work. Why it fails, because we start talking about these branch discussions which need to happen at some point. So let me give you an example. One sister came to a masjid and she said that your prophet or your Islam teaches to hit women. Daraba. It's an ayah in the Quran. So this is really bad. I hate any worldview that teaches that. You guys know this ayah? Yeah. Okay, right? So she said, I would never follow this. So what could have happened is he could have answered this question, the sheikh could have answered this question, and we have an answer for it, of course. Daraba doesn't really mean hit, it means maswak, and whatever conversations we can give them. And this conversation would go on for hours about different things. Then she'll say, okay, but why you make the women cover up now? This is wrong. You know, women are beautiful. They should be showing. This can go on and on. So you know the sheikh, what he did? So he just simply said, he said, do you have a few minutes so I can explain some foundations about Islam? And she said, yes, I have a few minutes. So then he went to, do you believe in God? Yes. Do you believe He's one? Yes. Do you believe that God has sent us guidance? And the conversation took about 20 minutes, 15 minutes, about God, He's one, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is the Prophet of God, and Allah has sent us guidance through Quran. Once he explained this, she took her shahada, and she became Muslim. Now, he left, because he had to fly out of the state, he was in the US. He didn't answer her question. But she had a question that Islam says to hit women. But she wasn't becoming Muslim because of that. But he didn't even answer her question. What happened? Why did she become Muslim? MashaAllah. Yes, so Allah is the ultimate authority and Allah knows best. The reason we keep going back to talking about God is because if you don't get into this discussion, you will get into these branch arguments and they will lead from one argument to another. If you go to Allah, Allah is the ultimate authority. I'll give you an example. I give examples like this. If you get on the plane and the pilot tells you to buckle up, why do you buckle up? Why do you guys buckle up? Safety. But what if the plane doesn't crash? Beautiful. He's an authority. You have to keep remember, the pilot knows gravity. He understands how planes work. He's telling me to buckle up. I obey his authority. You show them that what they do is, when it comes to religion, they want to be disingenuous. I always say kufr will always contradict itself. Means, in their day-to-day life, they follow the police, they pull over when the cop pulls them over. They obey the judge, they pay the fine. But when it comes to God, they don't want to obey. So this is conflict in their fitrah. There's something else going on. So what the role play was here to show them why the dawah doesn't work. Why does it fall? Because your job, if you're healthy, and I know I sounded very aggressive to you, if me were very good friends and we were sitting down, you would talk about God with me. That's what you would do. You call to God. Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Okay?
Course, yeah.
So no, you would ask me. So let's go back.
Do you believe in God?
Yeah, I think there's something. I think that, I mean, you know, my parents were Hindu, and we used to go to the temple and stuff, yeah, but, you know, I found it to be just a lot of, like, things that didn't make sense.
Yeah, because maybe you guys have many gods, so...
Well, you know,
it's complicated.
But in our scripture, actually, we believe that God is one, by the way, in Hinduism.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No.
Okay.
I know they have, like... several gods for rizq,
yes.
save and
but what, okay, just so you know, this is just off topic. Hindus believe in one God. I don't know if you guys know that. They believe there's the God and He comes down to earth in different forms and different times for different purposes. So ultimately there's one God, just so you know. Okay. So yeah, so I was a kid and I didn't really believe any of this stuff. It doesn't make sense, you know. Sometimes the God becomes monkey, sometimes he becomes Hanuman and he's fighting with his opponents and his wife is kidnapped. Like these are like stories, you know, like fables.
So, let's talk
yes,
honestly.
Yeah.
Do you believe that there is a God becoming monkey?
No, I don't believe that. That's why I'm saying I reject religion. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
In Islam, we believe in only one God, and this God, it's like nobody sees him, nobody knows him. He is in.
So how do we know he exists?
He sent the messengers. Like
who are these messengers?
It's Prophet Muhammad, and before Prophet Muhammad there was Isa and Jesus, and before Jesus there is.
So what I'm saying is, your job in dawah is to give that information without even asking. Just give, because you're giving dawah. You're not getting dawah. So in every conversation, there's two things happening. One person is giving dawah and the other person is receiving dawah, whether it's Islamic dawah or it's batil dawah. Yes, brother. Yeah, please. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
they also believe, for example, like, this world was created. You can pose this question to them.
Yes.
Of course, they're going to say yes.
Yes.
Right. After that, like, could we ask them, do you think someone is controlling it? They're going to say either yes or no.
Yes.
So from there, like, we could probably lead into in our common beliefs. Like,
Yes.
for example, in Hinduism, like, what they call Hanuman is
Yes.
like, their God. So we could relate that at the end towards, like, our oneness.
Yes.
The worship of Allah. Is that how
we should always give dawah. But if you relate Islam to Hanuman, that may be problematic. So in Islam, we have a principle called laysa kamithlihi shay. You know what that means? There's nothing like God. So we actually want to tell them what God in Islam is. So let me explain to him like we're doing. So let's say you were me, right? And you were the Hindu brother, right? May Allah protect you and keep you steadfast and keep all your generations steadfast. So, what's the Hindu name? Give me a Hindu name. Krishna. Krishna.
Their God, Krishna.
No, whatever. Give him some name. Christian, how you doing? So Christian,
I'm good, thank you.
In Islam, we believe there's a creator. We believe he's one. And we believe he deserves to be worshipped. Okay? And we believe this creator is outside of creation. He's not part of the creation. Okay? Means if I make this book, or I have a phone. Usually people have phones in their hand. So phone is a good one. If I make this phone, I don't turn into the phone. The phone and me are different. We're distinct and disjoint. In Islam, we believe the creator is not like his creation. You understand? We believe that this creator has sent us guidance through Adam, Ishmael, Isaac, Noah, Jesus, Muhammad, peace be upon them all, to deliver a message. Do you know what the message was, Christian?
No.
The message is La ilaha illallah. Do you know what that means?
No.
La means total negation. La, ilah means there's no other deity that deserves to be worshipped except Allah. Do you know what Allah means?
No.
Allah means in the Arabic language, linguistically means the root word comes from al-ilah, the deity that deserves to be worshipped. Because there's many ilahs. Hanuman is a ilah, Jesus is a ilah, Krishna is a ilah, there's many ilahs. Allah is al-ilah, the deity that deserves to be worshipped. Okay, so this is a little bit about Islam. So, I know, you're here, and I can keep going now. I'll turn that into a full conversation. Make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Good. Okay, let's do it now. You're on the door.
Hello, assalamu alaikum. Hi, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Good, what's your name?
Stay with him, so you're two of you. Always two people. Yes.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
So I'm here to give you the message about Islam.
I don't want it.
Do you know about
I don't
the
want
creator?
it.
Okay.
I don't believe it.
The end.
Good.
Okay.
Good. MashaAllah.
Yeah, so do you know about the creator?
I don't know. No. What do I need to know about the creator?
Do you know about the ilah? Your God?
I've never really even thought about it. It's not a question that ever came to my mind.
Okay. I think we're going to leave you a pamphlet. Maybe you can read about it.
Why are you afraid to talk? Just ask me straight. Do you believe in God? Just be straight.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe in God?
Sorry
Yeah.
for interrupting, but do we have to ask, like, before, do you believe in God? Are you Christian or are you a Hindu? Or like,
You don't have to, no. But you could. It'll help you.
because we know what we are talking to who.
Yeah.
So basically, we understand if he's like believing in God or not.
Okay.
This is the important stuff.
Yes, yes.
If
You
he
can definitely
believe in
ask.
God,
Yes.
that's, like, I think we skipped one step. But if
Beautiful.
he doesn't believe in God, that's like we
Beautiful.
have to start from the beginning and explain.
Exactly. So yeah, that's a very good question. You can ask them, do you believe in God? Do you have any kind of faith, belief? Oh yes, I'm Christian, or no, I'm Hindu. That will help you to understand. But just so you know, as a Muslim, we know among ourselves to discuss, no 5 Christians, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, collectively believe in the same thing. No 5 Christians, they only believe in the original sin and the atonement, that Jesus became God and he died for our sin. This is common in their religion. Everything else is up for grabs. And same for Hinduism. I'm reading a book about Hinduism. Hinduism every second person have a new understanding of what Hinduism is. So you'll never get a common, like in Islam, we have something called Aqidah. Yes, we have all the same manhaj, same belief. God, He's one. Prophet ﷺ is a prophet. The Quran is a book. We have common beliefs and we don't change them. Most worldviews don't have them. That's why Allah says He's protected our deen for us. Okay? So just so you know, it's good to know, are you a Hindu? So you know where he's coming from.
And also it helps if the person is Muslim. Because
Yeah.
Like, you know, maybe he's a Muslim, so.
Be like the Tablighi brothers. If it's Muslim, ask him, do you pray?
Yeah, for sure. Like,
right.
That would be more comfortable.
Yes.
Looking at time.
Yes.
What I want to do, please finish
Yes.
him first.
Yes.
So then we open for
questions.
for
yes.
everybody, and then.
Perfect. Yes. Yeah. So let's just do this role play again. Let's say you go to the door. You have a pamphlet. You come to the door. Let's start all over again. Okay?
Hey, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
My name is Christian.
Hey, Christian, how are you?
Good.
Came from the local mosque and MNN.
Okay.
We are here to deliver the message about Islam.
Message about MNN. Okay.
We believe on one creator. Do you believe on one creator?
Do I believe in one creator? I don't even know if I believe in a creator.
Oh, you don't believe on the creator?
I'm not sure. I'm kind of confused on that.
Okay. So we believe on one creator. We believe that there is one God, and that He is the one who created everything.
Okay.
And we want to invite you about Islam. So maybe you can learn something about Islam.
I appreciate that.
I need to have a lot of knowledge about first to convey it, right?
Yes, okay.
I don't know what to say next.
That's okay. It's learning.
Yeah.
Call to God. He's one. So let's now just, before we finish, have a seat. I want to just help. Can we get the slides back up? So, how do we get the slides back up?
Yeah.
Got it?
Like
Magic? Magic is haram in Islam. Sahar is haram. Okay, mashallah. Okay, so this is something, if you guys can just take a picture for you to ongoing remember for the next time. If you have a camera, take it. If not, I can send you the slides. The question you need to ask yourself, whenever you are having a discussion within Dawah, are you satisfied with your answers? Were you leading the discussion or the other person was leading the discussion? Okay? What was the discussion about? Okay? Did you achieve your goal? What is the goal, guys? What is the goal? But Dawah to what? Dawah to Pakistan? Good. Did you achieve your goal? The goal is to call them to Tawheed, call them to oneness, call them to God. Did you fall into useless arguments about politics, riba, I don't know, whatever else you want to talk about, right? Did you reach your objective? The objective is to call them to God. Did you water down the religion? Did you change Islam just so you can convey? Like the brother said, I said the Jews killed the Prophet ﷺ killed these Jews. He now wanted to run away from Islam because he's not confident how to answer them. So we don't water down Islam. Islam is the religion of justice, which establishes peace. So the Jews were being unjust. I'm not going into that conversation now. I'm just letting you know that don't water down Islam. Be truthful, but just have hikmah how you speak. Did you lie about Allah and His Messenger? Okay? So why does it fail? The endless cycle of questioning goes back and forth. Answers do not satisfy the questioner. This is why it fails. The reason why the conversations in Dawah fail, because the answers do not satisfy the questioner. What does that mean, the answers don't question? They think your akal and my akal were beating one each other intellectually. You have an argument and I put an argument. Then you put an argument, then I give you an argument. We're going back and forth. But this is not about you and me. Like one of the sheikhs said when I was doing one characters of a Muslim, manners of Islam, and he was saying when you give someone dawah, if he doesn't accept what you have to say, it's not between you and him. It's between him and Allah. You're just there to let them know. So don't get into this arguments. If you do jaddal, you do arguments, you actually might turn someone away from Islam. Okay? And believe me, please know this. Even I fall into this trap. Do not think, oh my God, he must be really good at this. We all get into this trap. You just have to remind yourself to get out of that trap, okay? So, we give a false idea of Islam. In reality, Islam is about submission to Allah. That's what Islam is you submit to the Creator. Okay? So we had some scenarios here. We don't have tons of time to go through this. So what we want you to keep in your mind, okay? There is an approach that we use when we give dawah. And the approach is, there's a Creator, God, He's one, and He sent us guidance, revelation, and prophethood. If you keep this in the back of, now I'm not saying this is the way to do it. Like there's a brother in the US, he starts his dawah with 3 questions of the grave. Because death is one of the things that awakens people. So his question is, do you know you'll be questioned in the grave? There'll be 3 questions you ask. Do you know what they are? He's like, no. So can I tell you what they are? What are they? Allah will, the angels will ask you, who's your Rabb? Who's the man you followed? What was your religion? So these are questions. So he starts his dawah that way. And he gets lots of shahadas. So why I'm explaining that, this is not wrong to do it. That's one way of doing it. This is another way of doing it. It's calling people to God, calling that He's one, then talking about revelation. If you cover any one of these topics, 1, 2, 3, 4, you have partially given good dawah. So for you to finish a complete dawah, you would have to go through all of these topics one by one. That is completely how you're explaining Islam to him. But more than likely, you will not have time for this. So if you just planted the seed of God, that's good enough. If you had more opportunity to go to oneness, that's great. If you can talk about why the Quran is from Allah, that's even better. If you have more time to talk about the Prophet ﷺ, it's great. But remember, this is not only way to do it. Sometimes you can go to a Christian and go straight to prophethood because they don't know who Prophet ﷺ is. And then maybe discuss revelation and so on and so forth. You don't have to do it this way. But in your mind, these are acronyms set up so you can just think about them. Okay, at some point I need to talk about God. At some point I need to talk about revelation. At some point I need to talk about He's one. At some point I need to talk about prophethood. So this is just one way of doing something. Okay, so use it as a map rather than a rigid structure. Understand the concepts and the steps. So the concepts, this is what we were discussing. Make it your own. One thing I want you to know, the biggest pitfall of the dawah, brothers, and this is where I fell into. You guys ever seen Dr. Zakir Naik? What does he wear? A kufi? Then he has a suit, there's a tie, and then he always holds his hand. My first 3 months or 6 months was learning about what he looks like than actually learning dawah. Oh, I want to look like him. I want to put my hands like this. Make it your own. If you say the wrong word, it's perfectly fine. You will spend too much time trying to understand how Ali said it than actually giving the answer. Don't worry about how I said it. Don't worry about if I said it and it doesn't come the same way. Just make it your own. You all believe in God. You all believe He's one. You all believe the Prophet is a prophet. You all believe the Quran is a book of Allah. Say it your own way, whatever word you use. It doesn't have to be the right way. Okay? Just to make it simple. That's where you get trapped. And after this is only the beginning, inshallah, is to go out and practice, practice, and practice. That's what I wanted to kind of share with you. Let's open this for Q&A before we move forward to us, the Dawah. Yes?
So the first question is like when you ask, do you believe in God, there will be 3 different like possible answers. Yes, maybe. Like,
Or no, yeah.
Then no.
Yes.
So like how to answer that? Like I mean, we know that the yes is the way, the path of continuing.
Yes.
That maybe it's also we can try to like we have an interest to penetrate.
Yes.
But how about the no?
If he says no, okay. So there's 2 ways you can go. If you find that he's very aggressive, you can leave it because you're not here to cause confrontation, right? But if you find that he's not confidential, you say, well, what is your proof that there isn't a God? Always put him on the back foot.
Yeah, I was looking for that. For
Yeah.
that question.
Yeah, so why do you believe there's no God? What is your proof that there isn't one?
The problem that I came, like all the things, the notes that I took from
Back then, yeah.
last time, I already
You know why? I'll tell you. Because we don't practice it. We can't learn something in a class and then never do it again. That's why all of my dawah classes, are set up in a way we teach the class and we take you out and speak to people. Then you're applying what you're learning. Yes, brother. What's the best approach? I mean,
so like let's say you come to the door, okay? So there is like many approaches like, hi, how are you? Like this way. Hi, how are you? I want to like take hesitation.
yes, yes.
And there is another approach. Hi, how are you? How's your day? Are you okay?
Beautiful. Yes, yes.
Do you have a friend? Please?
Yes.
Actually, I'm not advertising anything. I'm just like.
I have a few minutes. Can you have a few minutes? And I can yes.
In this
Field, yes. Yeah. So yeah, so the best approach, as before you came earlier, we said have a very good smile. Hi, how you doing today? My name is Ali. We're here from the local neighborhood. We have a mosque here called MNN. We're out here distributing some flyers about Islam. Do you have a few minutes we can discuss? You get that agreement. The person says, yes, I do, or no, I don't. If he says yes, then you continue forward. He says no, then do you have, can I leave you something to read? And then just leave it at that. So it depends on what the answers will come. As the answer come, you change. Okay, he said, do you have a few minutes to talk? Yes, I do. Okay, do you believe in a creator? That's the next step. Then he says yes or no. Based on his answer, you go forward. If he says yes, then you move forward. Do you believe this creator is one? Right? Or you can ask, what's your religion? What is your belief? So based on the questions, how you give answers. So it's not going to be, what I don't want you to do, make it as robotic. I don't want you to be like, okay, he says this, I have to give this answer. It's just natural conversation when you have with people in your day-to-day. Like wallahi, the best dawah is take him out for dinner, sit him down and talk. Inshallah. Questions? Yes, brother. Yes. Yes. No, because in Islam, when you do something wrong and you didn't do it intentionally, it's not a sin. Right? If you intend to do something wrong intentionally, then it's a sin. Because many people in Islamic theology we know have said the wrong thing. And the Prophet ﷺ said, no, he doesn't know, like Allah's attributes. Right? So, one of the tricks of the shaitan is he's going to try to show you that you have to know so much. This is the trick of the shaitan, because he'll never make you learn. He'll say, oh, I have to. What happens if you learn everything? Can anybody learn everything in Islam? Oh, so you'll never learn everything. Yes?
As you said before, that if the brother is Muslim, where we go from there?
If he's Muslim? Okay, just being humbly honest. Yeah, I'm not gonna water down this class. To deal with the Muslim is 1,000 times more difficult than a non-Muslim. I'm just being honest. Because this is when you're talking about Islam, you're talking about nullifiers of Islam, you're talking about Tawheed. So if he's a Muslim, just be like the Tablighi brothers. Do you come to the masjid? Do you pray? Right? Sheikh, if you want to give some answers. Yeah. It's just, come to prayer, meet us in the masjid, please join us.
Okay, so usually the dawah is done the way people go out, they see some non-Muslim, they talk to him, as Brother Ali has been telling us. We are taking a little different approach. We are trying to fulfill our obligation to Muslims and non-Muslims in our area.
Yes.
In all this area, we have obligation to Muslims, that if we have an obligation to make them better Muslims, help them become better Muslims. And we have an obligation to deliver Allah's message to non-Muslims.
Beautiful.
So in that situation, what we decided is that if we take approach, that we go to one area and street by street, we cover all, we knock the doors, we don't know
who's going to open.
Yeah, sometimes we know some friend's house, but mostly we don't know. So if it's a non-Muslim, then we have a training how to talk to them.
Yes.
That's why we had this program. If it happens to be a Muslim, then either we will recognize him that he is coming to the masjid, or if we don't recognize him, he said, hello, sorry, your name, okay, we have not seen you in the masjid, how you are doing,
beautiful,
how we can help you, what we can do, how many children you have, do they come to the programs? So we can start introducing MNN programs, we can start introducing to them, to the masjid, we take their information. So make sure that we have enough information, and Brother Hamad has developed some template to take that information with their permission. So that will be the approach, that if we are the Muslims, we want to connect them to the masjid.
Yes.
And we want to make sure that they and their family is attached to the masjid and the programs.
Yes.
If we see that I can tell you, lot of parents have issues with their children.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do with it, but they are too embarrassed to even tell anybody that we have this difficulty. So we want to discover that kind of issues so we can help those families. So the intent is both reaching out and can you go to the laptop please?
So just my humble advice is always call them to the masjid for prayer.
Yeah.
Right? This is my humble advice, because once they come here, then you guys can engage with them in different ways, you know.
So if you remember, we have been talking about this diagram, that why we are here on this earth, our purpose is to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with our most excellent obedience. That's why we are here, that we want to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so well that He is pleased with us, so that on the day of judgment He gives us fawz by taking us away from fire, admitting us into Jannah.
Ameen.
For that purpose, we have to fulfill two objectives. And one is personal objective, that we talk about, like as before some people came, we discussed about tazkiyatun nafs, that how we pursue excellence through continuously reviewing ourselves, our behavior, that we excel in goodness, we grow in virtues, and we purify ourselves from things which displease Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But also we establishing the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this earth, so that Islamic system of justice and excellence prevails in this world, and everybody benefits from the Islamic system of justice and excellence. So here our focus as MNN will be on increasing the number of Muslims, which is why we are doing the Dawah, and improving the quality of Muslims, and that's why we want to approach our Muslim families and brothers. So these are the two things for our focus of this group. So we are getting together to achieve these objectives, so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with us. And that's the very quick brief overview of our approach. So the approach is, if it's non-Muslims, we have enough training now to go on. How many of you feel comfortable going out and talking now? MashaAllah. Excellent. And then if it's a Muslim, then I know there are a lot of issues, but we can feel comfortable talking to Muslims, exploring how we can be of help to make them and better Muslims and help their families. So that's the intent. I was hoping that Brother Ali will bring some volunteers, experienced volunteers. So, but inshallah, under his leadership, we'll go out and we'll start after Zohar Salah. And yes, brother.
Sorry, before you close, just two questions for both.
Yeah. So let's do the remaining questions now. Please go ahead.
Check. Yes, brother. Wayakum.
Wonderful. May Allah have blessed.
I mean, Jazakallah khair.
My question is, of course, there are going to be people who are going to be aggressive.
Yes.
Right? And then two kind of aggression. One is in the
passive.
Exactly. One is just get the hell out of here.
Yes.
Kind of thing. So how would you deal with them? To what extent, we should try, or what would be the soft skills, we could be using?
Yeah. So I mean, it's very simple. Is your mother alive? How do you talk to your mother? That's how you talk to them. Just keep that in the back of your mind. I'm speaking to this person like I'm speaking to my mother. You won't be disrespectful, and you still get your message across. This is very simple. Just keep that in your mind, that I'm speaking to this person like I speak to my mother. Yes?
Sorry, the follow-up question is, talking about the aggression, so what kind of folks, who are...
Disengage. Yeah, disengage. We're not here to look for confrontation. I mean, as Muslims, we're not weak. We have answers. But if someone is becoming aggressive, My humble advice, this doesn't happen. But if it does happen, there's always two of you going. Each door, no one single person should go. And one, you'll have pamphlets in your hand. But do not go like 16 people to one door. That will actually get someone really scared. Sheikh, I think if you could turn off your mic, there's a back feed.
Oh,
please.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. So go in pairs. Just learn from Jehovah's Witness. I'm not saying they're the right way, but this is something they benefit. You go in twos, go to the door, hi, how are you? If someone becomes very aggressive, the reason why there's two, if one person is becoming aggressive with you, the other person can document pulls out a phone, starts recording. I'm not saying this will happen. I've done street dawah many times, and I've done home neighborhood dawah. And once I went to a home dawah, I had some Arab Christians do not like Muslims. For whatever reason has happened in the Middle East, I'm not from there, I have no idea. So there was an aggressive person. So, I had to disengage. Some of it was my fault. We were, I was saying, maybe I should have just disengaged. But you want to bring the person down by showing them, smiling. But that doesn't mean you're not firm. You say, look, we're not here to cause any problems. You want to bring, when someone is really aggressive, you want to bring that person down. Because if you become violent with someone who's violent, he's going to get worse. So let me give you an example. Come on up here. Just so other people can benefit, inshallah. So I'm now aggressive with you. Okay, this is the role that I'm going to show you. So why you guys are here? You guys spreading your lies and all this stuff. What do you guys want from us? What do you want from? I hate you people. You guys are so disrespectful. You spit everywhere, and you understand. I'm very aggressive. So what do? You have to control. You have to smile. Yes, sir. I apologize if you had a bad experience. So you want to bring me down. Okay? How do you bring me down?
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
I mean, this should not happen.
Okay.
But how can we help?
Beautiful. In sales, what do they teach you? They teach you this, right? If the customer's very upset with you, what do you say? You agree with them. Yes, you're right. The last person gave you a very bad product. I really apologize. Do you have a few minutes I can just speak to you? You bring the person down. But if you become violent, then this is it. This is like it's going to the next level. So be careful with that, okay? Jazakallah khair. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Hopefully. Okay. I think the salah time is on. I have to do wudu. And we can do a few more questions if we have, inshallah, before we head out.